Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Wednesday. I want to talk a little bit today about this thing that I've been doing. My uncle reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're doing this 21-day meditation thing with Deepak Chopra." Don't even know if I said that right, but I know who he is. I've listened to him a couple times, and anyway, I'm not much for meditation, but I've always thought about wanting to do it because I think that it's kind of a great way to clear your mind and to think of things and go through things. And with that challenge, there's like 5 minutes of meditation with a mantra, and then there's writing some stuff down. And yesterday I did the first part of it, and it was pretty interesting to see how that panned out. But through the meditation, through those things, it's about abundance. And the sentence from yesterday was, "Today I behold the abundance that surrounds me." And then part of that was writing down the names of 50 people who influenced my development. And it's crazy because I think about these people every single day, or I think about it, one person who made a change in my life or said something to me that made a difference in my life daily. I try to surround myself with those people. I try to talk to those people because they make a change. They're making and working in my life and helping me to change my mindset, realize that I can reach these goals that I'm trying to do, motivate me. And, obviously that's what I'm trying to do for other people, is I want to motivate them to realize that they can do anything that they want. It's never easy. You look at me, I tell you daily what I struggle with. One of the biggest things that I struggle with is insecurity of who I am, or the way I look, or what I say, or who's judging me. But, over the last 3 to 4 months, that has changed so much. And I'm not telling you that it's gone, because it's never going to be gone. I don't think that there's a way to completely get those things out of your mind. And it's funny because when you do the meditation part of this whole deal, they sit there and they tell you, if your mind wanders, center back on the sentence, center back on whatever that is, and go back to it, because it's easy to let your mind wander. Right? It's easy to start thinking about other things in that. And I think the biggest thing for me is that my mind doesn't stay centered on things. I'm thinking about, as I'm doing something. I've been reading a lot lately, and as I'm reading, I'm thinking, as I'm reading that sentence, about how that relates to what I'm doing. And it's crazy because it makes things more real when you think about that and how it relates to your life. So I had to write down these 50 people who influenced my development, or who I feel influenced my development, and it just flowed. It's crazy. So I want to say, I think that one of the things that would be awesome, if you thought about that, I think you should get out a piece of paper and start writing down who these people are who influence you. And I think you'll find that it'll be very easy to write down the 50 people that influence you, or at least 50. I know that there's more, but a lot of my influence came from my parents, came from, people who are around me, coaches, things like that, who have molded me to who I am. So if you think about who influences you and how they molded you and how they make you into what you are today, it's crazy the amount of people that have done that. And it could be something as simple as saying one thing to you. I remember getting yelled at by my football coach for taking a play off one time, and the response that I got, which worked for me, was he yelled at me, but it was a simple thing. I was taking this step. I was taking, a step towards the wrong direction, and he grabbed me by the shoulder pads and he started yelling and screaming at me, and he said, brace, step, and I'll never forget that moment. But that's what made me realize that I am in control of my body. I can make those things happen. And then the guy never got through, again, because I knew that I was letting him down if I didn't do that. And I knew that I was physically capable of doing the right thing every single time. And that doesn't really, for me, that related to me. But how do people influence you? How do people look at that? How do people say something to you that changes the way that you think about things? And it's a great thing to go through that. So, if you take anything away from this, I'd like you to grab a piece of paper and write down 50 people who influence you. And you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how they do it, how they influence your life, for the better, for the worse, whatever it is. But the majority of the people that I wrote down are someone who's made a big difference in my life. And it's crazy. I'm not going to go off naming names because those people know. and it's great. But anyway, think about that today. Have a great day. Mike and Sean, you guys are silly. Quit being silly. That's something that my 6-year-old would say. I hope you guys are having a great day. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.